friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is the start of a brand new series that I am doing, Read Like a Booktuber. So I have been trying to think of a fun idea to do a weekly reading vlog, and I came up with the idea to read like a different booktuber each month. So every month I'm going to reach out to someone random and I'm going to read a few of their favorite books, or I'm going to just read like they would typically read, and we're going to see how that goes just for fun. So I obviously cannot start something like this without reading my favorite booktubers' books first, and that would be my best friend Leah Beth from Book Time, and I will link her channel below and all of the things. But I am so excited to be doing this, and I fully trust her opinion and her recommendations. I'm actually very surprised that she did not give me Ministry of Time because I really thought that she would jump at the chance to get me to read that, and I was going to do it. But she was nice to me and she did not. However, I still plan to try that out at some point. I'm not reading these in any particular order. I'll just go with what I feel like reading at the moment. So, the first one she gave me is Pride and Premeditation, and it is a Jane Austen murder mystery. And this one says it is a makeover in this new series based on Jane Austen's most beloved books. 17-year-old aspiring law student Lizzie Bennet and young fledgling lawyer Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy go head to head in a murder case that has shocked London high society. But as the case and her feelings for Darcy become more complicated, Lizzie discovers that her dream career could make her happy, but it might also get her killed. So, this is a little bit of a cozy mystery. I don't think it's a full cozy mystery, and I'm super excited about this because we both adore the story of Pride and Prejudice. I haven't read the book, but I have watched the movie and I absolutely adored it. And so we saw this and she grabbed it, and I'm so glad she did because I had planned on reading this at some point anyways. So I'm super excited. It's very springy. The next book that she handed me, I've actually never heard a single thing about, and it is The Kindred Spirits Supper Club by Amy Richard. And it says that jobless and forced home to Wisconsin, journalist Sabrina Monroe can tolerate reunions with frenemies and kisses from old boyfriends, but not the literal ghosts that greet her in the heartwarming tale of the power of love and connection from acclaimed author Amy E. Richard. So, another spring looking book, and it seems like it is perfect for the season. Warm, cozy, and full of hometown charm, and there's a brilliantly quirky cast of ghosts too. Beth O'Leary. Oh, I didn't realize that. So it says, for Sabrina Monroe, moving back home to the Wisconsin Dells, the self deprecated water park capital of the world, means returning to the Monroe family curse. The woman and her family can see spirits who come to them for help with unfinished business. But Sabrina has always redirected the needy spirits to her mom, who is much better suited for the job. This one exception has always been Molly, a bubbly rom-com loving ghost who stuck by Sabrina's side all through her lonely childhood. Her personal life starts looking up when Ray, the new local restaurateur, invites Sabrina to his supper club, where he flirts with her over his famous brandy old fashions. He is charming and handsome, but Sabrina tells herself she does not have time for romance. She needs to focus on finding a job, except the longer she stays in the Dells, the harder it is to resist the feelings for Ray. Who can turn down a cute guy with a fondness for rescue dogs and obsession with perfecting the deep fried cheese curds recipe? When the Dell starts to feel like home for the first time, and with Ray in her corner, Sabrina begins to realize that she can make a difference and help others wherever she is. I am so excited. This sounds so sweet and cute, and something I literally didn't know anything about, and it reminds me of Ashley Poston's The Dead Romantics. This reminds me so much of that. So if I enjoy this, I'm going to tell Leah if she enjoys this, she needs to read that book because she hasn't yet. And then last but certainly not least, my most anticipated, most excited spring read is Ready or Not. I have been wanting to read this for such a long time, ever since Leah raved about this. I knew I wanted to read it, and especially since I just read Cara Bastone's newest arc, Promise Me Sunshine, and I gave that 5 stars. I'm so excited to start this, and this is going to for sure be the first one that I start. I am just anticipating nothing but the best for this. I've heard such great raving reviews. I've never read a book with a pregnancy trope, but I don't think that that's going to sway me at all. I think, if anything, I will relate to it because I have kids. So I'm so excited. But it says a surprise pregnancy leads to even more life changing revelations in this heartfelt, slow burn, friends to lovers romance. I'm so excited to read this. So we have sprints tonight on Leah's channel, and I'm probably going to start that one, and I cannot wait. I will take you guys along for the journey and give you my thoughts and updates on these as I go along this week, and we will see how I like reading like Leah Beth. Hot take. I do not like her friend. Willa and her reaction. Excuse me. Awkward maneuvering of a beanbag chair. Since last night I haven't updated you guys, but I really didn't read a ton last night. I just got tired. I was often distracted, but I'm on chapter 6, so still a large portion left. My thoughts haven't really evolved much, obviously, because the story just started, but I'm still feeling similar about the best friend. I'm really annoyed with her. I understand, like, I have to tread lightly because of spoilers, but I understand where she's coming from because I have actually been in this exact situation as far as having a best friend who struggles with certain things that this other best friend struggles with. It's hard because if you haven't experienced that, you really can't speak from that place. I just, right now, I'm not a best friend fan of hers. Don't love that character. My next thought is I'm a little bored, to be honest with you. I loved Promise Me Sunshine, which is interesting because at first I wasn't sure. I wasn't bored though. Like, I wasn't bored, but I found it to be really depressing for a while, and I wasn't sure I was going to like it, and then ended up loving it by the end and how it tied together. So this could all change. I'm hoping and fully expecting it to, because I do think that she is one of those that's probably the queen of a slow burn, which is totally fine. I'm just not a character-driven type of person. I have loved character-driven books, but it's not as often, and it has to be done right for me. There's just specific authors I feel like that just do a really good job in that department. So the plot is just real slow. Specifically, the parts about her at her work, I don't even really see why they're there. Like, I just found that to be incredibly boring. It's just very slow moving in general. Like, nothing is really happening other than, like, the main thing. It's just kind of like, this is what's happened to her. Let me take you through her every day for the next 9 months. And this is supposed to be like this short book, so I'm kind of sitting here thinking, like, this has to pick up at some point because that's how slow it's going. So that's my thoughts so far. But again, it's not very far in, and there's still hope for change. I would be very disappointed if I don't love this one, because this is the one I was expecting to love out of the three. But there's still hope. There's still hope, Leah. There's still hope. So don't freak out. For those of you that do not know, this was my first recording room when I started YouTube a little over a year ago. And I have obviously moved since then to downstairs, but this was where I started. This was just where I had my books and my filming and stuff, and then it evolved into my husband's office because he started working from home, so I had to move downstairs. But I still keep quite a few books up here because obviously the space, they don't all fit downstairs, they don't all fit on my TBR cart. So a good portion of these books are actually not read, which is embarrassing to admit because that's a lot of books that I should read. But anyway, that's what I have so far. I'm actually really impressed with the male character that's involved in this, the father of the child. I'm actually really impressed with how he handled things. I was really not expecting a lot from that. I didn't even know if that was going to be in here because I kind of knew that the other friend was probably going to be the main focus. But I was really surprised, like pleasantly surprised by how he handled it in spite of his situation. The other thing is, I like quirky characters, but sometimes I think it can be too much. Right now, I think it's a little too much in the quirkiness. I'm hoping that things just pick up because I'm struggling a little bit with that. Just a lot of awkwardness, and I don't have audio. Maybe the audio would make it even better. I think Leah possibly listened on audio. I'm not sure, but I don't have audio. So we shall see. Okay, I just got to chapter 10, and there was this really sweet moment, of course no spoilers, but with her and Shep, and it was just super sweet. Like, if you've had kids and you think back to like when you first feel your baby kick, I feel like it's always like a super special moment, and the way that it was described and the way that they reacted was just extremely endearing and cute, and I really loved that part. So I am finally in it. I do think it is still kind of slow, but I am enjoying it. Those are my thoughts so far. Look who I'm with.
You just have to vlog when I look gross.
The star of the show.
Hello. Don't look too closely. I don't look
I
good.
still haven't finished the first book that I've started.
It's fine.
For
I
Leah's
haven't
video.
either. Look which book is stalking me. Remember on Sprints I said this book was stalking me? It's everywhere we go in Barnes. It's meant to be.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't tell me to read an Emily Henry, to be honest.
I gave up. You know what?
I could read this book. I have this audio right now.
Do you know what made me
on
give
Libby.
up? Was Beach Read. I read it and I just thought it was blah.
So you aren't an Emily Henry fan now?
I am, but I feel like it's just like some books, not all. Not
you heard
as
it
much
here
as
first,
the hype.
folks.
I know.
She's
it's
not
shocking.
a true Emily
I
Henry.
really liked Funny Story and nobody liked it, so that makes me a genuine fan. But I will say, Happy Place is my favorite. Beach Read was just okay. And then Book Lovers, I don't know. I haven't read that yet. So.
Okay, I have an update. It's been a second, but I did finish Ready or Not. Oh my gosh, focus. Okay. I did finish Ready or Not. I am thinking about landing it on 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed the second half quite a bit, and I absolutely adore Shep. I just thought this book was really slow, and there just wasn't much at all going on in the beginning. It's very character driven, but I did enjoy it overall, and I do highly recommend it. But I also just liked Her Promise Me Sunshine way more. I think I maybe would have enjoyed this more also as an audiobook, because I think I've just heard people say that the narrator does a really good job, and that kind of just adds an extra element to it. but it just for whatever reason took me a whole week to get through this. I've also just been in a slump. And so I'm just struggling, guys. I'm really struggling to read. And so this could be just because I'm in a slump. So take this with a grain of salt, but overall I really did enjoy this. I think it is really worth your time. I know a lot of people five-star this, and it is definitely just such a sweet air to pregnancy and just the trials that you can go through and friendships. And there is also triggers for infertility and child loss in here, miscarriage, so keep that in mind. But I did really, really enjoy this overall. So I'm thinking 3.5. I try to start this and this. And guys, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I'm just not interested in them. I feel like I need an audio right now because I'm struggling. And these audios for both of these, I do not like them at all. I also feel like I can tell they're just going to be a little bit slower, and I'm just not in the mood for that. I'm just not in the mood for that. Like, I can't right now. But I don't feel bad because Leah has not read these yet. She wanted me to read them because she's excited to read them, but she has not read these yet. So I don't feel bad. It's not like I'm dissing a favorite. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to listen to the audio Book Lovers. She has not listened to this Emily Henry, but she has loved Happy Place and Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I did not, but I'm going to give her another shot just for Yulia. And then I'm going to actually throw in If I Have Time in 5 Years, which is by Rebecca Searle, and it is a Kindle book, and I do have it. And this is one of Leah's favorite books, but ultimately Rebecca Searle is just her favorite author. And so I thought, why film a video reading like Leah if I don't read a Rebecca Searle, which the only one I have read is Expiration Dates, and I gave that 5 stars. I loved it. So here's hoping that I also love this one. And I might not even get time for it because I'm supposed to be traveling tomorrow. So this video might take a while to actually get up, but I hope that you guys are enjoying me kind of taking you along and throwing in some random books and swapping them out. I know it didn't set out exactly like I planned, but my reading slump is really, really affecting things. So here's hoping. Hi, it's been a minute since I've been able to update you. I went on a trip for Easter to visit family, so it has been impossible for me to vlog, but I read the Emily Henry book, Book Lovers, the entire day when I was packing, and I gave it 4 stars. I was very shocked that I loved it so much because I really wrote her off, honestly, and this was my last attempt at trying her. That's my cat. My favorite thing about it was the banter. I just thought was so, so good. And so I highly recommend it. If you haven't previously liked an Emily Henry, try it out. I really loved it. I really loved the audio. And so I'm really happy, and I do plan to try out Beach Read and also People We Meet on Vacation. Like her sister gets her to go on a spur of the moment vacation with her, and she doesn't really know why, and they end up in this small town, and she ends up bumping into this guy that she previously met at work, and things start to unfold as you can probably guess, and it's not really quite what it seems like the reasons for them being there. It's just such a good story, but also I loved the sister dynamic in it, and I really just encourage you to give it a try. So, it was a great one. And then my last book, as I told you guys, is In 5 Years. I've been working on that one Kindle only, but it's taken a minute because, again, I went to visit family for Easter weekend. So I am 75% into that book right now. And so far, I'm liking it. I'm not loving it, but I'm liking it. It's much more somber, so it is definitely a heavier read, which I don't know that I'm necessarily in the mood for, but it is really good, and it's definitely taken a turn from what I thought it was going to be. But it is just like a little slow. I will give you any more updates if I have any more. Otherwise, I will see you when I finish. Okay, I finished In 5 Years, and I'm not gonna lie, I am a little disappointed. I hate that this is like Leah's favorite. Leah, I'm sorry, but this is not what I expected. I thought, well, and I can't even say it because I don't want to give any spoilers, but there is a trope in here that I can't stand, and that bothered me. But then the other thing is the ending. It wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be, and I was really disappointed. I kind of feel like I was led to believe it was going to go a certain way, and it didn't. And I'm just, I don't know, like, I'm really disappointed. So I'm thinking that this will be 2 stars. And I am so sorry, Leah. I'm so sorry. I am glad that you love it, but I did not. And I just wanted to read one of your favorites to surprise you. Ended up not liking it. But I landed on 3.5 for Ready or Not, and I did really enjoy this. It was just a little slow, but other than that, I really enjoyed this one, and I know that this is one of her favorites. And then I impromptu read Book Lovers by Emily Henry in honor of Leah because she loved Happy Place and Funny Story by Emily Henry and gave those both 5 stars. Those were not for me, but I decided to give Emily Henry another chance in honor of Leah. That was really surprising for me because I honestly just didn't think that I would ever want to read Emily Henry again, and I was very shocked and surprised by that. The banter was just so good. So I am now going to try some more of her books and see what I think. I'll probably try a beach read next. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I didn't get a ton of reading updates because I was traveling, but I did have a lot of fun recording this, and this will be a monthly series that I am doing. So stay tuned for next month because I am planning on picking someone that has the complete different reading taste than me. And so it's going to be a fun experience, let me tell you. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and until next time, friends, remember to read what inspires you. Bye!